Well, welcome to a 3-minute takeaway. Had a quick moment while I was editing our next cohort. You got some samples on the cohort. I've been dripping them out on the channel, but we have our next one getting ready to gear up. Doing some video editing and thought this would be a great time for today's video to do a 3-minute takeaway. I think that was 2. Smug is getting light on the 3-minute takeaway. It's about time to refill the cup. Oh, here's today's. Do you know what your team actually needs? It's pretty good. Do you know what your team actually needs? All right. Probably a couple different ways I could take this one. I got a couple thoughts for you. 2 minutes and 57 seconds. All right. One of the things that can happen when high performers get promoted into leadership is they're good at performing. They're good at getting the job done. So what do? Well, they get into leadership and they just get the job done. And they forget that they're actually leading a team, that they're actually taking others with them. And so they end up working in these silos where they have this limiting belief. You've probably had it before. If it's going to be, it's up to me. Have you had that one? It replays in your mind. If it's going to be, it's up to me. Who's carrying the project all the way across the finish line? Well, that's got to be me. Who's meeting with the important people? Well, that's got to be me. And they don't delegate. And they don't bring others in to contribute. And they don't build others up because they're working in this silo. And I've been in a number of organizations where a lot of high performers are leading multiple different departments or multiple different focus areas who have this mentality. And so all you see are these silos all over the place. And then you got these people who are following these leaders who are going, what do we do? How do we participate? And I think that's where this question lends my mind to going. Do you know what your team actually needs? Because they don't just need somebody who's way out front setting the example. That's what they think. I'll just go do it all, set the example, and then others will rise to the occasion. They don't need that. No, they need somebody who is going to cast the shared vision and the shared purpose. They need someone who's going to set the example because they do the things that they say they're going to do, because they take the time to coach and train and teach others. They need that person. John Maxwell says the difference between a leader and a follower is a leader can see further. That doesn't mean a leader runs so far up ahead that nobody can get to them. No, that means that you find out what your team needs along the journey. You cast that shared vision and you bring them along with you. So, a couple things you need to ask yourself. 45 seconds. Number one, what is the strengths of the people that are on my team? What are the strengths that they have? What do they contribute to the team right now? Are we maximizing those strengths? Number two, what are the weaknesses of the people that are on our team? Do I have people paired up right so that their strengths are elevated and their weaknesses are covered, are taken care of? And then number three is, what opportunities do we have to grow together as a team? So what strengths do we have? Do they have individually that make up the collective? What weaknesses that could create an issue in the future as we're going after whatever it is we're trying to achieve? And what opportunities are we not taking advantage of as a team? I probably could go for this for a while. Probably let you have too much on the front end when those questions are each very, very important. So I'm just going to go a little bit over. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities. That's what I want you to think of when it comes to making sure your team has what they need. And here's the last point that I was going to make is I want you to be willing to have a feedback loop. Those leaders in those silos aren't hearing from the people that are on their team. They're not hearing from them. They're kind of shut off and shut away somewhere. What feedback loop do you have available? Are you asking people on your team for feedback? Because here's a principle that a few days ago I spoke to a couple leaders about, and that is a great leader sees through the eyes of a faithful follower. Somebody's following you right now. Somebody's under your leadership right now, and they got a different perspective than you. They're seeing things you don't see. It's going to be worth it to get feedback from them, because then you can make the adjustments to bring the rest of the team with you. I don't know what part of that was for you. Maybe there's just a little teeny piece of that you needed to hear in that 4-minute takeaway, but We're having fun together and we're growing. Let's keep going. I'll see you tomorrow.